I guess I should start off by saying congratulations, Philadelphia. And also I should say that unfortunately I'm a little bit too stubborn sometimes, a little bit too pig-headed sometimes, like last night where I actually did pretty good at sticking my ground and I didn't really pay attention to the Super Bowl. Doesn't mean I'm not aware as to what happened. And boy, we will talk about that. But yeah, this was genuinely the least watched Super Bowl ever. I saw mainly clips on Twitter and the recap this morning on ESPN because I was passed out by 9 o'clock. Had a lot of cocktails this weekend. Anyway, before we get into the video, I have a couple of plugs as always, so don't forget to use code Wyatt's World on G Fuel, Waggle Golf, or Prize Picks. By using my codes on G Fuel or Waggle, you'll save a discount on any of their products, and by using my code on Prize Picks at sign up, you are gonna guarantee yourself to win a free $50 with your first $5 entry. But remember to always play responsibly, and let's get into the video. Okay, so first off, I just want to say one thing about this jersey. This is not a Slay jersey. This is actually a Jalen Hurts jersey. And it also proves that I am an OG Hurts fan. I just think it's kind of cool to show off sometimes. Anyway, before we actually get into the Super Bowl and talk about what happened last night, the massacre, the beating, the absolute enema that was delivered by Philadelphia to Kansas City in front of the world to see. For those who don't know what an enema is, it's a procedure where you sign up to go get the shit knocked out of you. But before I get into all of that, I'm gonna answer what I assume is everybody's biggest question for me, and that is, do I still think the NFL is rigged? Absolutely. I think if anything, this game proved that Kansas City shouldn't have been there in the first place, and this is also a lot closer to what the playoffs would have probably looked like if the refs weren't in their pockets the entire time. Now let me get into this really quick about what I mean when I say rigged. Do I think that there is a script out for every single game, written meticulously with stats for every single individual player, and the outcome is predetermined for every single game of the season? No, absolutely not. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is when it comes to financials, when it comes to money and the ties between the NFL and Vegas, and what I mean by Vegas is, you know, betting, there are instances where the referees are directed to have a certain team advance. Yeah, I know, Tin Hat, I'm delusional crazy. Why don't you hop on Twitter and send me a voice message telling me how much you hate me? That's what I believe. And with that being said, the Chiefs had an opportunity to do something historic this year. And they're already on, you know, a pretty historic run with Patrick Mahomes the way it is. But if you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, if you look at who's been surrounding them the last couple years, you know, one of the biggest pop stars in the world. If you look at all the potential revenue in the world, there was no way that Rodgers wasn't going to give him a chance to win another Super Bowl. It just stinks that Philadelphia is too much of a damn wrecking ball, and I think the referees made it a little bit too obvious on the first drive with A.J. Brown kind of forcing them to officiate a clean game. Agree with me, disagree with me, we can still be friends. Now why don't we go react to the actual game? So looking at the actual Super Bowl here, as you see, Philadelphia manhandled Kansas City, beating them 40-22, and the best part about it is if you look at the box score, Kansas City was shut out till the third quarter. Looking at the Chiefs here first, from what I've got to see, Patrick Mahomes played about the worst I've ever seen him play, at least in the first half. I have heard there was a shitload of pressure on him all night, but still, like, just his throws were not that great looking that I was seeing. And also, Travis Kelce was a damn ghost, you know, considering his usual playoff standards, held at just 4 receptions for 39 yards. Does look like Xavier Worthy popped off, though, 8 for 157, 2 touchdowns, damn. D-Hop also had 2 receptions for 18 yards and a touchdown, but in the first half of the game dropped a wide open pass that could have been an easy first down for Kansas City. I was shocked that after he dropped it, there wasn't, you know, a flag thrown for some sort of defensive holding somewhere on the field. Dude, Matt Araiza punted 6 times for 311 yards. That's insane. He kicked 3 football fields. Kansas City, I really don't mean to be the guy to piss on your grave as much as I am, but I'm genuinely happy that this happened to you guys. And I hate to sound like I'm constantly discrediting your team because you do have probably, you know, the greatest quarterback to ever play when it's going to be all said and done. You have who I consider the best tight end in NFL history. I'm very well aware your coach is going to go down as the greatest head coach ever. You guys had a generational run. I just think this year was bullshit. And you can go on about your record all you want. Guys, you barely beat the Raiders twice. You barely beat the Panthers. You barely beat the Falcons. You squeaked by the Chargers twice, which, I mean, they were a good team, but I don't think you guys were as good as your record shows. Now, looking at Philadelphia, looks like they played a hell of a game. Jalen Hurts, 17 for 22, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, also 72 yards and a rushing touchdown, also the Super Bowl MVP. Damn, that PSA 10 I have of him is probably gonna go nuclear. It does look like Kansas City was pretty effective at containing Saquon, though. 25 carries for 57 yards. However, they weren't able to contain the Slim Reaper, who I saw burn somebody in the Chiefs secondary for a nice touchdown. The refs tried to contain A.J. Brown, but that didn't work, allowing him to score. The defense got to Mahomes 6 times, and Cooper DeJean, White Lightning, had a pick 6 at just the age of 22 years old, and I believe it was also his birthday. I don't know if that's right or not. I thought I heard that. Either way, 22 years old? Oh, wow, do I feel like a worthless piece of shit. Truly dominant performance from Philadelphia. You guys deserved it. You're the best team in the league. But I do have one question for you guys. Why do you guys destroy your fucking city when you guys win championships? Like, it doesn't make sense. Tearing down streetlights and signs and stoplights. Like, what the hell? And then you guys wonder why people think your fans are awful. Like, now moving on, I just kind of want to talk about a piece of news that happened over the weekend that I have not reacted to yet, and that was the Jets officially telling Aaron Rodgers in a face-to-face meeting that they are moving on. What an iconic run he had with them. Now, I'm not sure there's any actual stone-cold details over the exact reason which led to them moving on from him, but I think we all can kind of put some puzzle pieces together that have been laid out for us over the last 5 months. But now the question remains, where is he gonna go? I'll tell you right now, if this happens, I honestly think he would be more rejected by the fans than majority of Cleveland and Deshaun Watson. Fuck that. No, absolutely not. And I get it, like obviously there's a pattern here, but no. Okay, that kind of goes hard though. What the fuck am I even saying? If you're honestly asking me about like realistic possibilities, we can do this on a rapid fire. So starting with the Texans, finishing with Cleveland. No, 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 even though there's a rumor about it right now. No, probably a decent chance. No, 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 I highly doubt it. No, 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 no. That's likely. This could happen, but unlikely. No, 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 no. I would laugh. No, obviously not. I would laugh. No, no. Most likely team out of that bunch, now that I look at it right now, to me, Steelers. And then just one more thing here going on about the Saints and I guess the Eagles still, is that all signs have pointed to Kellen Moore, taking the Saints head coaching job. He pretty much has done, I think, everything but formally committed to it. And after last night's game, Nick Sirianni had this to say to Kellen Moore: let's run this shit back. You don't know what that means? That means Sirianni would like Kellen Moore to remain there opposed to, going to be the head coach of the Saints. To be honest, I think it would be a very uninspiring hire by the Saints, but at the same time, they are really running out of options. In Philly, I just gotta say, I fucking hate the fact that this guy is a Super Bowl champion. I think he had so little to do with it. Like, he is a joke. Cannot stand him, have not ever been able to stand him. That's the only negative thing about Philly winning the Super Bowl. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all for my Super Bowl reaction video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please feel free to show support because I appreciate any and all help. In the meantime, I'm gonna get this bad boy edited so you guys can watch it on time. I hope you have a fantastic Monday, and as always, I will see you in the next video.